sa langit, ibabalik sa iyo.
Where the echo slams. Oh, they're passing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk.
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James. LeBron James.
Liquid will be the first team in the history of the international to whitewash the grand final.
In a 1 versus 4, and ladies and gentlemen, they've done it for the fourth time. A strong swing of BJ.
Pad, Birdson, na ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo Pad.
So nila ba rin na sun?
Ayaw, uy. Basta nanay, Klo.
Asam lang ba yung station there? Ako mga idol lang, si Choplak mo na, oh.
Ito ano?
Malapad sa langit, ibabalik sa iyo.
Ends up where the echo slams. Oh, they're passing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk.
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James. LeBron James.
Pad, Birdson, na ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo pad.
So nilab ba rin na sun?
Ayaw, uy. Basta nanay, Klo.
Asam ka ng barili ng station there. Ako mga idol lang, choplak mo na oh.
Siguro?
Malapad sa langit. Ikaw balik sa iyo.
Ends up where the echoes slams. Oh, they're passing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James! LeBron James!
Liquid will be the first team in the history of the international to whitewash the grand final.
In a 1 versus 4, and ladies and gentlemen, they've done it for the fourth time! A strong swing for BJ Ingram!
Pad, Birdson, na ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo pad.
So nilab ba rin na sun?
Ayaw, uy. Basta nanay, Klo.
Asam ka ng barili ng station there. Ako mga idol lang, choplak mo na oh.
Siguro?
Malapad sa langit. Ikaw balik sa iyo.
Ends up where the echoes slams. Oh, they're passing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James! LeBron James!
Bad, Birdson. Ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo spad.
So nila ba rin na sun?
Ayaw, uy. Basta nanay Chloe.
Asam ka ng barili ng station there. Ako mga idol lang, si Choplak man ako.
Ito ano?
Malapad sa langit. Ikaw balik sa iyo.
Ends up where the echoes slam. Oh, they're dancing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James! LeBron James!
Liquid will be the first team in the history of the international to whitewash the grand final.
In a 1 versus 4, and ladies and gentlemen, they've done it for the fourth time! A strong swing for BJ Ingram!
Bad, Birdson. Ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo spad.
So nila ba rin na sun?
Ayaw, uy. Basta nanay Chloe.
Asam ka ng barili ng station there. Ako mga idol lang, si Choplak man ako.
Ito ano?
Malapad sa langit. Ikaw balik sa iyo.
Ends up where the echoes slam. Oh, they're dancing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James! LeBron James!
Pad, Birdson, na ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo Pad.
So nila ba rin na sun?
Ayaw, uy. Basta nanay Chloe.
Asa ka ng barili ng station there? Ako mga idol lang si Choplak mo na, oh.
Ito ano?
Malapad sa langit. Ikaw balik sa iyo.
Hey, uy, welcome. Mayong hapon. Okay. Okay, so mayong hapon kaniniyong tanan. We are back dire sa ato ang Early Summer Sunscream karon. We are live sa south.gg. Kupunan ni David versus Scream Esports. We'll head into the draft no. Diretso na lang ta. Chuya diri sa akong nga mura ko katugon pero right now kupunan ni David versus Scream Esports kay nagsugod na ta, nagpadayon na ta sa ato ang drafting diri karon guys. So pa ako Alchemist kay gibana sa kupunan ni David nga ang Scream Esports kay ni bansat sila og Wisp diri og Next Assassin. I'm not sure if nakabaw ba sila o nga na whether or not ka Irish players sa kupunan ni David or manigurado lang sila. Either way, first pick to Tuskar dre, something it's a little bit standard karon para sa Scream Esports. They will be grabbing that position 4. Tuskar, pretty decent hero no, nasiya saves. And finally, salamat sa ato ang ginoobs. Nibalik na, nagalihok na akong naong. Dili na ni picture once again. So, Scream Esports. Kay, ni-pick sila og Tuskar, nindot kayo ni ganon, nindot kayo ni saves, nindot kayo ni ganking potential. Like mo scale siya decently well and does a lot of damage in the early game. Pero, late game kay he's more on the utility side of things, like ang iyahang BKB piercing stun, able to stop a lot of heroes in their tracks sa ilahang paglihok. So of course Tuskar pretty okay, pretty decent, and probably one of the heroes nga ma-expect ko going to be nerfed real soon. So right now kay Puck already banned. So ang kupunan ni David kay mukuha na sila og Death Prophet diri karon. DP kay pretty standard. It's one of those heroes nga pwede siya ma-pick as a mid, pwede siya mahimong offlaner, pwede siya mahimong support diri. And we'll see kung unsay pilion jud nila in the end, as right now Scream Esports already going for the gyrocopter, medyo going for the flex nga draft, going for like flexibility, going for versatility. They've got the gyrocopter nga pwede madua as a support here, especially by like the Chinese teams. And pwede siya mahimong mid no, nakita nato sa katong kapatid ni Arlene ganiha nga ilahang giduwa ning gyrocopter as a mid hero and completely dominated the puck sa ilahang lane paganiha. Like it's got excellent attack animation, like probably one of the fastest projectiles sa tibuok nga duwa, maybe next to sniper, and has some decent level 1 damage, probably one of the best level 1 nukes in the game. I mean, like two of the best. Okay, you've got the homing missile which deals 120 damage, of course, obviously, and also kanang rocket barrage nimo nga nindot kayo pang haras, and not only that, you also have the movement speed to be able to keep up with most heroes who are trying to trade against you, and then basta madagan lang sila galit. Okay, pwede na nimo sila gokdon with the rocket barrage. A gyrocopter, a very fast hero, also has decent armor. His base damage is kind of low, pero he's got a lot of good armor, a lot of he's got decent HP, and obviously ang katong as I've said, katong really good nga movement speed nga makatabang sa trading para niya, because most of his damage not going to come from his right clicks, pero the say tawagan ni the spells that he has, which are really valuable like in the early levels. So pwede na mahimong position 5 nga gyro, no, and pwede siya mahimong mid or position 1. They've got a lot of pwede mo lagi support gali nga gyro. Uloy. So nasa diri ang ako ang assistant nga si Joseph. Say hi.
Hi viewers. Asa ka live?
Sa YouTube.
Facebook, YouTube.
So, Facebook is funny mga nagahandle.
So ang kuponan ni David no kay versatile kay mga hero pick. Ang DP karon pwede na ma-support og ang NP sad pwede sa support or pwede sa offlane depende sa yan jam.
Pwede sa siya plus 1. Pareha sa katong gibuhat sa Early Sports good katong NP ni scam, di ba?
Correct.
Aha.
Kato na pilde sila.
No ba sila against VG? Ay pagana.
Daw tayo.
Kapag pag game to napili lang sa secret.
So no, dili niya akong trabaho, balik sa akong trabaho kung wala ko sweldo. Back to you. Kuan, manglimpyo ako bawal ron.
So yes, sa imong trabaho ha. Sige, salamat sa paglimpyo nimo sa mga bawal namo. Also, pakalimpyo sa tong sa katong katana dito. Imo sa trabaho ang pagpahait ato. Nako, so sige, salamat kang Boss Joseph. Sige. Salamat. So kupunan ni David kay halaw puros man ni Green Heroes ang ilahang gipang pick dire karon no, na sila Prophet, na sila DP, as well as the Earth Spirit this time around. Medyo one of those position 4s nga popular kaayo, pero like the win rate is not really that good. I mean, in the right hands, of course, kay nindot kay siya potential, like basta sakto lang ang player nga kamao mo gamit, kay pwede kay siya makadaog og mga matches, pero right now Scream Esports going for the juggernaut, I guess. I guess it's pretty decent against the the Nature's Prophet, kay of course na siya pangbuak sa Sprout. Obviously kay most jugs are going to go for like a Battle Fury, and dili sad siya matrap sa kanang shard galit ni Nature's Prophet, kay kasagaran man sa mga jug kay mo build man jud og kanang mga tawag kanang mga fist boots, and like even then pwede ra siya mo hapak-hapak sa katong greater treants. Mahalaga kayo, like naman siya crits, so pwede naman niya mapatay diretso, and against the Death Prophet sad kay the damage might be too much gikan sa Omni Slash. So overall pretty decent pick, no, like most of these spells nga naa sa kuponan ni David can be negated by the spin, of course, gikan sa jug, but I guess that'll mean nga this gyrocopter ang rolls lang nga nahabilin para niya kay position 2 na lang og 5. Kay I haven't really seen anybody play position 4 nga gyrocopter, and kanang na naman sa sila itaskar para ang position 4 nga role. So I guess that is not going to be the choice para sa Scream Esports, as right now kuponan ni David looking for a final nga pick dire karon. We'll see kung sa ilahang plano dire. Already have the DP, so pwede na sila mahimong mid. Ang NP most likely going to be a position 3, no, since ang Paris man kay Earth Spirit, I don't think mag-pick sila melee nga. Okay, Lion. So I guess mauna na yung position 5 nila dire, no. Kuwangan lang sila og position 1 nga hero. Kuwangan lang sila og carry. Scream Esports immediately going to go for the Lycan. Kay bao sila nga wala kay wave clear dire ang side sa kuponan ni David, and of course you always have to be careful of that Lycan cheese. So right now they're gonna be bringing it out here. Scream Esports, I'm really liking their draft today so far, no? Like they have a lot of solutions for the Nature's Prophet and the Tuskar, of course, they've got ways of initiating these team fights. They can run in with the Lycan or the Tuskar, Nasalay saves with the Tusk, as well as the Juggernaut healing ward. And speaking of which, no, like wala kayo sila kanang pampatay sa healing ward. They don't really have anybody who can actually just focus it. Maybe the Prophet nga makatipira sa backlines, but then again, you risk putting yourself out of position, which you cannot afford to do against the Gyrocopter as well as the Jug. So grabe kayong output dire, ang damage output dire gikan sa Scream Esports karon. So kupunan ni David. Well, moban sila og Storm, moban sila og Leshrak, pananaw nila mid na lang ang kuwang dire sa side sa Scream Esports. And they might actually be thinking of a mid side dire, no? So I guess Storm ban though. I'm not really sure about that. Like, who the hell is going to pick Storm into a crap ton of silences as well as instant disables? I don't think that is a good choice today. Karon para sa Scream Esports. I doubt they were thinking about the Storm. Like, I seriously doubt it. Maybe Queen of Pain, kind of questionable against the DP. Okay, Jakiro? Alright. So, turns out this was the flex pick all along. That is the power of the flex. Gikan sa Gyrocopter, you first pick it. Pananaw sa kontra, basing mahimo ning mid, basing mahimo ning carry, basing mahimo ning support. And in the end, Scream Esports going to go for the mid Gyrocopter as YB going to grab that Jakiro. Frankie on the Jakiro. Twin-headed dragon. Meanwhile, ang kupunan ni David going to respond with the Wraith King. So medyo it's kind of a 50-50 kay both heroes have ways to counter each other. Like, of course, ang kaning Wraith King has the crits. I mean, not the crits. Like, that's like, yeah, obviously nasi mga critic, pero that's not really like the main point sa ilahang matchup, no? Like the main thing imuhang magamit against the Juggernaut is, of course, your second life sa imuhang reincarnation, no? Obviously kay baka once magamit na ang kaning Omni Slash, no, kay it's not going to be all that useful against the Wraith King, of course, who has the second life. Pero then again, if you can kill the Wraith King without having to use the Omni Slash, kay it's kind of bad para sa Wraith King. And in my opinion, like, they certainly do have a ton of ways to do so with the Gyrocopter as well as the Lycan, low CD. They both excel in like these kinds of skirmishes. Ang Jakiro sad as well, nasa like kanang daghang pang setup, inikabuhi balik aning Wraith King. So on the side of Scream Esports, they've got a ton of disables. Pero sa side sets sa kupunan ni David, no, they've also got a decent amount of stuns sa ilaha. Like they've got 2 silences. Like they've got 4 stuns with the Wraith King. So not just sila kanang osaka kanang marag pseudo disable in the form of like the Nature's Prophet, pero really it feels like the only person nga ma-counter niya pag-ayo is going to be the Lycan if he gets some good sprouts off, and he really needs to do so here against the Lycan because, man, this guy really good sa team fights. Like, he's more often than not going to just invade the backlines. As right now, mag-pause lang sa Takadiot. And there we go. Mag-roll call sa taginagmay samtang wala pa hinahitabo pag-ayo sa ato ang duwa right now. Shout out sa 4 viewers na nagtanaw diri sa ato ang stream diri karon. South.gg will really appreciate it. As Usagi magbutang na siya og ward diri daan. Like, that's the risky thing, no? Like, so far so right now, okay, unya na nang talk about the wardings for now. As the smoke going to break, they've invaded the jungle, but can they actually find anybody? This Jakiro to 90 round movement speed as the stun gonna get thrown out here, gonna set up for the roll as well as the earth spike, and now the body blocks onto Frankie. Dili na siya maka-eskapo diri karon, as right now they're just trying to give the kill to Lugao is not essential. Hala. This Wraith King, man, just going to grab the first blood, so it's going to help sa iyahang pag-snowball diri karon because he's going to need as much regen as possible to stay in this lane. Kay si Lycan kay obviously going to try and harass this Wraith King as much as possible. Daghan kay siyang damage. He's got the wolves who have 26 damage each plus, so 26, 52. So it's they've got 104 damage in total. Like kung dungan-dungano nila ang kada hapak nila, no? So it's very easy to get denies, very easy to get last hits on this Lycan. Pero mag-pause na tandiri karon. So yeah, as I was saying, no, like about the Jug Wraith King matchup, kay this Juggernaut is going to out right click the Wraith King unless labaw kay siyas tanan sa WK, no. Pero like when it comes to like the ultimates, of course, obviously the Wraith King is going to counter the Juggernaut. So it's just going to be a matter of who jumps who first and whether or not mamatay ning Wraith King without the need of the Omni Slash. Or if the rest of his team is dead, kay obviously the Wraith King, kay if you ignore this guy and get rid of the rest of his teammates, kay he's kind of just a sitting duck once he's all alone, no. He needs to have teammates around him protecting him and making sure nga makabuhat siya sa iyang trabaho, which is to deal as much damage as possible sa mga heroes sa Scream Gaming. Ay, Scream Esports man day, no. As wow, ang ilahang logo ba, mo naman siya ka ng strepsils, no? Like sa Scream Gaming, like awar gani. Damn, it looks like a strepsils. It looks like a lozenge of strepsils. Ay, naku. Why I am thinking about strepsils, you may ask? Well, I'm not entirely sure myself. Maybe it's because my work is related to my voice, as right now, Laga taking a lot of damage here. The body block's going to come through from both the Tuskar as well as the Wolves. However, they're going to turn it around as the rest of kanang sa tawagan ni KND, koponan ni David, okay, they're still around the area just baiting here with the Earth Spirit, and they'll get another kill in the bottom lane as Anathan being forced to TP back into the lane has the Wolves still, so makalas hits siya tarong dire karon, but 2 deaths already being given away sa koponan ni David, and oh no, they're gonna start it off with a tri-lane as more blood being they're trying to look for even more kills dire karon, but the miscommunication is going to make sure nga dili sa sila maka-kill og extra dire would have been really devastating dire, no, para sa Scream Esports if they fed a third kill against the Wraith King. Like, they got a ton of XP from that. Like, seriously, padona sila makakuha sila ang mga level 2 dire karon, as well as a ton of gold. Like, kinsa nakakuha sa ikaduhang kill, okay, ang Lion pa jud. So that's going to be even more regen, which is going to be useful, of course, against the Lycan dire in this lane. As Lugao is not essential. Well, he might think Lugao is not essential, but right now he is going to get the magic wand, which para niya kay essential jud dire karon para sa iyahang lane as koponan ni David. Actually gonna get the Vampiric Spirit, no? Just trying to sustain himself in the lane, no? Probably thinks nga dili kay niya magamit ang kaning crit right now. And with 1 point in the Wraith Fire Blast, no, like even with that, they cannot really kind of like play aggressive unless ma-auto position dyan ni pag-ayo ang kaning Scream Esports, whose logo still looks like a goddamn strepsil to me. No, seriously. As right now, ang kaning Juggernaut nila, no, top lane, kay he's got the lead in terms of last hits, but you gotta wonder how many of those are just straight kills. As right now, Lagat as well as Frankie just trading hits dire karon. Hero still just okay, nakaigo na siya sa iyahang level 2, so he's really going to have a much easier time against the Nature's Prophet, who's only got level 2. Finally will have the mana for the Wrath of Nature, pero he has to save for level 3. As Frankie just free to throw out liquid fires as well as the dual breaths whenever he wants. Because this man is a madman. And right now, he's just trying to play the lane bully dire against Angel, making sure nga maka-free farm ang iyahang Juggernaut dire karon sa lane, no? And indeed, so far, they're having a pretty good time as right now, the kickback can come through Egan kang Lagat. However, the spin, he cannot dodge it. He doesn't have the boots. However, he does have the magic wand, so he'll be able to stay alive for now as Lucy gonna get body blocked a little bit here by the trans, but he himself will have to be careful on this Prophet as the dual breath being thrown out by the Chikiro. Halawi. So na all na daghang salves as right now Lucy gonna get regened up, going to go for the pull. Mao ni guys. Sa mga carry players nga nagtan-aw diri sa ato ang stream no. Dapat you should make sure nga maputol ning kaning mga duha ka kahoy dire aron sayo na kayong pag-pull dire, and now they're just able to to pull the lane back, and once again ang creep equilibrium is just around here. Lucy is gonna have some really free and safe farm. However, Frankie gonna get left alone here on the Jakiro, pops the mango, trying to get some damage onto Lagat at least, so going to allow Lucy to perhaps get the kill. The spin, is it gonna be enough? Fairy Fire being used here. Lagat looking for the neutral creeps to deny him. He's begging, but he won't be able to escape, and Lucy gonna grab that kill. So overall, no, like it's really worth it. Ang kaning Jug still leading in terms of last hits. Ang kaning Nature's Prophet just playing to try and recover dire karon, as he rushes the treads, I think. As right now, mid lane, ayay rotation dire. Both position 4s in the area. Chance even going to make himself known here as ni TP siya sa mid lane. Not really gonna do much though, since wala na ni disengage na pag-ayo ang kaning duha ka heroes dire sa mid, as Usagi kay level 5, so is the Death Prophet. So kind of even rin no sa mid lane, as right now they are pretty much identical in terms of like last hits, pero sa denies obviously Usagi obviously ahead. And with his creep wave pushing in, now he might have a lead to work with, as this gyrocopter getting very close sa iyahang level 6. Labaw siya sa XP, as right now Anathan surrounded by the skeletons, and now do they have the vision? Will they be able to get the stun off? Wala kay sila yung mga mana, and right now with the shards they'll be able to save Anathan, as he'll get salved up, and he will end up surviving here sa bottom lane. Tas karbutang sa siya guarda Andre. Makita siya sa obs though, so I'm pretty sure that should be dewarded soon. We'll see. As right now, Frankie gonna get rolled on top of him. Now Lagat going to try and get the kill, but the boulder is actually going to miss. Okay. That kick just not landing at all. Layo ra kayo, like nidagan ng Jakiro padong dire, and ang kick kay padong sa dire. So a little bit of a misplay here gikan sa Earth Spirit. And like even then, no, bahalag makakuha sila sa slow. I really doubt nga mapatay nila si Frankie. Like he's so damn tanky there sa top lane, and he has he has Lucy like behind him with the healing ward. Pwede na siya mo protekta sa iyahang Jakiros. Right now, exorcism being used here by the Death Prophet. I wonder if he can actually do a lot of damage though sa tower, as right now bottom lane gonna get rotated on. Angel even gonna try and join the party here. Can they get the Tuskar or anybody at that if that matters? As right now Anathan only level 5. He does have the Necro 1 though, so he is gonna be able to get the kill on the Chance before he falls. They may even turn it around onto Lagat, as they were the ones who got ganked here in the bottom lane, but they will be the ones ending up with the double kill in the end. Luga was not essential, does get a couple of kills at to, pero they got the XP from those support kills, and now level 6 already available para sa Lycan. They even committed Angel's TP onto this as well as the DP, so a lot of space being created para sa Juggernaut, as right now they're just going to punish the awkward positioning. They're just going to punish the TPs, as Koponani David stuck there sa bottom lane. Meanwhile, Lucy just tanking the tower hits there sa top, as Frankie helping out with the push gamit ng liquid fire. Now that the creep waves are coming through, they will be able to get a tower with the siege creep getting the final click. As Chance though, I don't think they want to be happy with just getting nothing in return, as right now they'll try to go onto the Jakiro. Do they have anything to cancel the TP? The right clicks? No, not going to be enough. Frankie! Calculated TP kay Bao na siya nga walay pang cancel dire on the side of Koponani David, and he'll just TP in all of their faces, as the damage not going to be enough. Meanwhile, Anathan just pushing dire sa bottom lane. He's got the summons ready and available. Now with the fortification being used here, Anathan can just save it for the next time, as now he's got the Wolves level 3 already, and this Lycan just cutting the creep wave, making sure nga ang creeps as well as the Tusk are just going to right click this tower, going to try and bring it down as soon as possible. They've already got the top tier 1, and now bottom na sad ang sunod nga tirada diri karon, as right now top ganahan sa sila mo push ilahan, no, as right now Lucy gonna get stunned here by the rolling boulder. Do they have the follow-up? Dili sa. Kalma lang sa sila diri karon, as right now they didn't even need to use the exorcism parato to get top lane, and they'll TP mid. They're going to try and make a play here, as Frankie might be a little out of position. Walay walay Earth Spirit, but now the stun gonna get thrown out here by Lugao is not essential. Still saving 1 skill point though, so pwede siya mo gamit og resurrection whenever he needs it. Little bit of patience today, gikan sa Wraith King. As right now, the rotation coming through. Anathan as well as Frankie, they're up on the high ground, planting an observer ward, so they've got the crap ton of vision around the area as the exorcism being used here, but they might get flanked by... Oh no, Scream Esports, they're gonna come in. However, the Lycan gonna get stunned through, and now the Ice Shard. Oh, the Ice Path actually landing onto 3. Ice Shard not gonna block anybody just yet, but the Snowball is gonna be able to save himself for now, just trying to buy time for the rest of his team, as Lagat gonna get bitten down here by the Wolves. Anathan just kiting around this team fight as 1-0. That's going to be that's going to be it, as this exorcism is about to run out. They're just completely wasting the time diri karon, and Scream Esports excellent disengage. They just immediately get the hell out. Ni-focus na sila sa target, and they just got that. Just preventing the kills, just preventing these pushes gikan sa kupunan ni David. And it's of course really important nga maka-prevent ka sa pushing power diri gikan sa Nature's Prophet as well as the DP, because these heroes really rely sa ilahang early game timing. And instead, ang kaning Lycan na ang makapush dito sa makapush sa bottom lane, and ang Jug nakapush na dito sa top. So right now, ang Jug ay rotate siya sa bottom lane where he feels it is safest. Pwede rin siya mo-farm dire kay doora kayo sa iyahang triangle, and he's about to get this Battle Fury up and available. As Lucy going to help him out. Farm lang sa sila creeps, no? Okay. Magana naman din sa creeps, no? I didn't know that. Like, the entire time, no, I've seen like these Tusk players kay makita na ako using it on these heroes, pero I didn't actually know nga pwede naman gamitin sa mga creeps. That's convenient. As right now, Treants being sent here. There is a mid tier 1 rather. Fortification as well being used to keep the creeps alive. However, this Death Prophet might be in a little bit of trouble here. The Snowball going to come through. The uppercut not even necessary, as Anathan going to grab the kill with the minions of his. Of course, they do get the return kill with the finger, but now Anathan with the Metamorphosis, he's going to try and chase up onto the back lines, and now Chan's going to get killed off, and Usagi going to surround them. It's a war on 2 fronts, as right now this Wraith King already dead. That's going to be an ultra here for Anathan, and a team wipe para sa Scream Esports. Ay. Angel going to be the last to fall, and that was really awkward dito. Na out of position pag ayo ang Death Prophet, and in the mid lane ilaharang mapunish ang positioning dire as Scream Esports with a 3k gold lead all of a sudden. 6-4 ang score ganiha, but now 6-9, and it's a 4k gold lead as they get all tier 1 towers dire karon. Scream Esports just looking really comfortable today sa ilahang position, as this gyrocopter going for the first item, boots of travel. I wonder why. I wonder how, I wonder why. Yesterday it told me. Kaning gyrocopter gonna get the 200 health talent. I guess he's going to try and build for for durability, and most of the damage is gonna come from the spells as a silence. Excellent 2-man silence here. Gigan kang Lagat. They should be able to grab the kill onto Shia. And now Usagi, Siya sa Angigoko. Do they have any lockdown? Wala sa. Dili sila magamit rin karon og bisag unsa nga pang chase, because kay baw sila nga naa ang mga kauban dre on the side of Scream Esports, as right now they have been seen by the deep wards. Mga ward baka sila. Seems like they're not even attempting to, as right now top lane. Ay. H's Prophet. TP out lang sa siya. Going to try and disengage here. And indeed, he will get away. Isunod pa siya. He's going to be able to make the TP out. Not going to matter as right now, mid lane, Anathan getting very low here, but so is Lagat. They might even turn it around onto him as he's going to be the first to die. And now Anathan, Metamorphosis already being used here. Rocket Barrage going to come through onto the Death Prophet. So much damage. That nuke is just absolutely going ham here. And Usagi doesn't even think about stopping to chase as Chan's going to get chased up onto the tier 3s. Like, you would think that he'd be safe with the protection of his towers, but right now, this Gyrocopter, 445 movement speed. He's just so goddamn fast. He's chasing everybody around and he's turning these fights as Anathan just baiting ang koponan ni David to try and blow their load on top of the Lycan, but instead they won't be able to get a kill onto him and they'll just get punished. That's it's going to be another 3 for 1. Okay, 3 for none. 3 for none. Okay. They didn't even get anything off of that. So, di legit kayo worth it para sa kuponan ni David. Si nasa top lane. Just going to scout this dead lane. They do not have any information as to where kuponan ni David is. But I guess that is the role of the Tuskar. I don't know. Just going to try and get as much farm as possible. There is a top lane. Samtang dili pa kayo safe. There are 3 heroes top though, so I wouldn't be surprised if they actually come to gank him. As this Tuskar right now just building for the drums actually. Huh. I guess it says, I don't know, it's a pure nga support item diri karon as right now, like no carries are building like drums. Like you'd see sa una like kanang mga Snark nga drums, kanang mga jog nga drums, like early stats para sa mga heroes. It's like, it's sort of like a substitute para sa Aquila, pero right now nobody's building it anymore sa Agi heroes. Nobody's building it for stats anymore on any of these carries, as it's become like pretty much just a support item dire karon, no, just giving movement speed as well as attack speed para sa mga kauban nila. Decent stats as well on that item, pero it's only strength and int. Maong dili na kayo i-build sa mga carry dire karon, doesn't help them farm at all. Sa kahiplano diri sa kuponan ni David. Are they going to try and smoke here? I mean, they do have 2 of them. As right now, initiation going to come through. Wraith King all alone. He's in a lot of trouble. He still has the reincarnation of unavailable though, so they will be able to turn it around onto the Tuskar. Pero nigamit sila og exorcism para ato. Can they get anything more though? I mean, they use the exorcism, so they better get something off of this, right? As now, this Metamorphosis boosted Lycan, as well as the Macropire. Gikan sa Jakiro just doing so much damage right now. The Angel going to try and TP in to try and help his buddies out, but now, wala na reincarnation. Force staff going to come through. They need to save this Wraith King. They're saving Private Lugao, but he will be able to TP out as Lagat going to pay for it with his life, as it's going to be a 2 for 1 trade. They only get the Tuskar. Absolutely not worth it, Ricarono, as this Wraith King. Midas Radiance, layo pa kayo siya sa iyang recipe. I mean, okay, I guess he's got some pretty decent timing, said no, but right now, they really need it as soon as possible. Because this Roshan currently being taken here by the Scrim Esports. Nasa healing ward, nasa Lycan. They've also got the tag team. So, sa iyo na kayong ilahang pagkuha sa Roche diri karon. Like you would think, dili kayo ni kanang paspas ang ilahang pag-Roche with the lineup that they have. But surprise, surprise, they're dealing so much damage with the right clicks. And now, Lucy gonna get the Aegis. Wala pa jud ma-deny sa Trians, no? So it's a little bit of a shame here para sa kupunan ni David. But I don't think they had any expectations for that whatsoever. As right now, this Jug leading into this mid lane. Can they jump onto this guy whatsoever? As right now, ay, bottom lane side. Ato's gonna come through onto the Wraith King. Wala na si Reincarnation available as Usagi just going to chase with the homing missile as well as the rocket barrage going to come through, trying to TP out with the protection of his creeps, but he's not going to make it as this Radiance gets delayed even further. And now, ang push dito sa mid, wala na sila Wraith King, wala na sila carry. They're not even giving this guy a chance to get his Radiance as this Juggernaut just completely strolling. It's like a walk in the park right now for Lucy as he has the Sanjin Yasha, he has the Battle of Fury as well. And Scrim Esports, my god, they cannot be stopped. Nobody's even daring to try and jump the back lines as this Juggernaut just completely unstoppable dito karon. Ay. Meanwhile, asa naman namatay si Scream? Hala, uy, gisulok kill ra. Gisulok kill ni Usagi. Uy, this man is just completely relentless. He's just going for all of these kills right now. And Scrim Esports just kills on the side lane, left, right, and center as now they don't even need the gyrocopter for this push. As Lucy frontlining, he just doesn't care. He's just gonna spin the stun away. And with a healing ward back up again, they'll be able to sustain themselves as right now, Remnant Metamorphosis coming through here. Chan's going to die to the wolves. Gipaak-paakan na siya pag-ayo as Anathan just continuing to kite around these team fights. He's going to go back in as Lugao is not essential. He doesn't have the reincarnation once again as Death Prophet gamit siyag exorcism. But where's the damage? Where's the right clicks? Everybody is just melting. So dili siya makatabang, dili siya matabangan sa taiyahang mga kauban utrosad. So right now, this mid lane also getting harassed here by this gyrocopter. Usagi on the mid gyro, just too dominant right now as the uppercut gonna come through. Silence as well onto the Nature's Prophet. Wala na siya mabuhat diri karon as 2 lanes of racks already falling on the side of koponan ni David. It's really not looking good, no? TP in front of the tower, okay. Ay, snowball, padong na sa dire, homing missile gonna come through. However, can they get the kill onto the Tusker at least? Indeed, they will be able to bring that guy down. However, Wraith King does have the reincarnation, so finally, he will be able to survive. But how much longer can he do so? As Anathan already godlike dire karon, buyback gonna come through Gikan sa Earth Spirit. But they're not even going to try and chase Usagi as he just TPs out in front of their base. Hello. Naninood na ning bataa. Atos as well as Ethereal Blade dire karon. This man is just completely going ham. And now, silence onto the Chikiro. Pero, oh my goodness, he's got the TP out. He's going to be able to escape. Anathan, though, going to die. Okay. So in the very end, they do end the godlike streak dire karon. But man, they've got so much to make up for dire karon as this Scrim Esports. 10-21, so 17k gold lead dire karon. Gyrocopter mid. Well, I guess this is the next thing I'm trying out. My god, complete dominance here. So if I'm not mistaken, no, ang makatapat ani niya unya kay ang katong ang nakadaw man sa katong game, first game nato ganihan may makatapat nila, di ba? Or is it going to be KNA versus Midnight Mayhem? Yeah, Scrim Esports against kung kinsa makadaog sa Gemini private or KNA or kanang kapatid ni si tawagan ni Arlene versus Scrim Esports. Okay, like these two have been like really stomping dito sa mga games nila so far. It's kind of interesting to see, who's going to come out on top as Ethereal Blade na ni Usagi. My god, Chance is just going to melt. He doesn't have even a slightest bit of a chance to live. As right now, Lagat going to try and jump onto the gyrocopter. Do they have the damage? Indeed they do. So they finally do bring something down, as well as the Tuskar, who's just going to snowball, but he'll die eventually. And now Frankie YB going to die too. So double kill na para kang MC. However, he's just gonna get surrounded by the creeps here as the Yule Scepter going to try and save himself. Lucy finally Omni Slash after so long, but the bounces are just not going to go in his favor. However, Anathan still continuing to chase. Wala na reincarnation. Si Luga was not essential, but the backup is going to come through. Gikat sa buybacks as the finger going to make sure nga matiwas na nila si Anathan as 4 heroes dying inside the base of Kapunan ni David. So that is something. That is pretty decent para nila, but then again, they still need to make up for an 18k deficit. Ay, nako. Scrimmy Sports just looking absolutely massive diri karon. Sheesh. Never underestimate the power of the anime profile pictures, as right now, ayay ang layon, mamatay na sa dire karon. Just so much damage being amplified by that E-Blade. However, the snowball save is going to come through. He's surrounded by 3 heroes, but in the end, he'll still end up living as Usagi just slowly burning down. But the Radiant's not going to be enough to finish him off. Sierra just sacrifices his life for it, though, as MC trying to look for another kill here, as this Chikiro trying to run away. Does he have the movement speed here? Still has the Yules, but wala pa niya gigamit right now, as this Tranquil Boot's not even being broken whatsoever. And now, TP na sa Sia to try and escape. Okay, he knows he's walked too far forward. Ayay, ito sa Earth Spirit. Already casted it though, so baka iskapura siya. However, ayay. Homing missile being set up here. May go na sa si MC. This man is just throwing the missiles left, right, and center. He just cannot be stopped right now. As Anathan, ayay, he's got no metamorphosis available, so he may have bit a little more than he could chew here. As right now, the Gyrocopter also in a world of trouble right now. He'll be able to bring down Lagat at least, but the crit Gikan, Kang Ruga was not essential. That's going to be another kill here para Kang MC on this Death Prophet. Can they chase for more? I don't think they will. As right now, so much gold being given away by these kills, but still, ang kaning jug, padayon nagihapon siya sa iyang gibati, still farming, still whacking away at those neutrals. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so 19k na para sa Scream Esports. Eesh. So far, no, sa mga games nga ito ang nakast dire kay puros na mga stomps. My God. 17-27. Mauna nga ito ang score karon. I wonder if it's ever gonna get to the point no nga mas mo competitive pa nga to ang mga fights dire karon nga to ang mga matchups right now. 20k gold lead. Kano sa man nila i-end in town, no? Like goddamn, as if it feels like there's a kanang trend going on no nga as long as dili mo tawag og GG ang kanang ano ang mga kontra nila kay dili rasan mo end ang kung kinsay naa sa labaw no. Ay nako. Ano sa man nila tiwaso ng tao ni? Kaya sa na may arrest unta. And finally, yep, just as I called it, padaw na sila sa arrest dire karon. Finally, they're going to grab this Roshan. Napot sila yaganim sa Juggernaut. So maybe this is the chance that they were looking for. Maka-end na dyan sila. Finally, I don't want to keep watching just because this team, ang kaling kapo ay kupunan ni David just struggling so goddamn much right now. It doesn't even feel as if they have a chance to come back into this game as Nature's Prophet bottom lane gisulok kill niya sa Gioy. Hello, hindi na ni matbugngan mataap. Doon na po siya makuha sa iyang Bloodstone. Not even going for any durability items whatsoever. As this man just trying to outplay kupunan ni David completely. Like, wala si Paking and Earth Spirit. Wala si Paking and Lion. He's just going ham. As finally, Vegas being attempted here, top lane. Swift Slash gonna come through, finger coming out onto the Tuskar, so he is going to die. And this Juggernaut as well, no, getting a little bit low, but the Omni Slash gonna come through finally. Ariel happened to me. One wash clean as Lagat going to die. And perhaps Megas up next as MC. Mugamit siya BKB, but how much can he really do? Pero na mawagtang sad ang iyahang Siphon today. He's got 3 charges still as he's chasing out the Frankie and the Yule Scepter up into the air. Ang Lycan, gigukod na. Dilis na siya makagukod og extra dire karon onto MC as right now. Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, Usagi actually going to die, but the buyback gonna come through. Silence gonna land onto 2, but it's not going to do much as a stun. Giikans onto the 2 of them. Actually going to do a little bit here, pero dili gihapon sila makakip. Dili gihapon sila makakite. Dili gihapon sila maka-lockdown as finally Juggernaut going to fall the first time here. Usagi does have the homing missile up and available though as the spin. Gikan sa Jug. Lucy just going to dance around on top of this Death Prophet. Call down, going to take this Wraith King down one more time, pero na gihapon si Reincarnation. Do they have enough to bring him down a second time this time around? As Lukaw is not essential, okay, wala sa, dili sa sila makapatay dire karon. However, that might not even matter in the very end as Mega's going to get picked up here by Scream Esports, and right now it's looking as if this might be the last defense as Chan's taking a lot of magic damage here. The silence gonna come through onto the Juggernaut. Can they take the Wraith King down a second time? Yes, they will. 13 seconds pa siya before makakuha sa Reincarnation as MC going to fall here. They're diving the fountain. They do not give a crap. Zero mercy whatsoever as MC. Hell, he's gonna complain here as Usagi, ayay, cheese being used here, so he will survive. Pero ayay, Scream Esports, very well played. Ninduta sa execution nila karon. Pacifism PH Sierras, aka EG Crit Smurf. Hala, this siguro eh. Pero yeah, right now, certainly looking like a goddamn pro team as Scream Esports. They're just completely vibing, completely kiting around kupunan ni David. I mean, they did try sa early game. Like, they did have something going for them. Like, ni-smoke sila, nakakuha sila og pila ka kills early on, pero in the end, Scream Esports, they've hit their timings and wala na sila ipang counter sa kaning Lycan, wala sila ipang counter sa kaning Juggernaut. So, in the end, kupunan ni David just gonna get ran over. They're just gonna get steamrolled completely. And Scream Esports, congratulations kaninyo. As GG gonna be called by both teams here. Finally, nahuman na jud ang ato ang duwa, and we will return after a couple of moments. Congratulations sa Scream Esports. We'll be moving forward. As kupunan ni David, salamat sad sa inyong pag-appeal dire karon, but you are gonna have to say goodbye. Well played though sa early game. So, really nice. Looking forward to see you in the next South.GG tournament. So, right now, mo standby lang sa takadiyot. We will return in a couple of moments.
Left side, bro.
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James! LeBron James!
May taas na nagmayo. Ay, Zurista!
Pad, Birdson. Na ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo Pad.
Sun nila ba rin na sun?
Ayaw, uy. Basta nanay, Klo.
Asam to the Brazilian station there. Ako mga idol lang si Choplak mo na oh.
Ito ano? Malapad sa langit. Ito balik sa iyo.
Ends up where the echo slams. Oh, they're dancing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James! LeBron James!
Blackwood will be the first team in the history of the international to whitewash the grand final. In a 1-4, and ladies and gentlemen, they've done it for the fourth time. A strong swing for BJ.
Pad, Birdson. Na ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo Pad.
Sun nila ba rin na sun?
Ayaw, uy. Basta nanay, Klo.
Asam to the Brazilian station there. Ako mga idol lang si Choplak mo na oh.
Ito ano? Malapad sa langit. Ito balik sa iyo.
ends up where the echo slams. Oh, they're dancing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James! LeBron James!
universe is born. And ladies and gentlemen, they've done it for the fourth time. A strong swing of BJ.
Pad, Birdson, na ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo Pad.
Sun nila ba ro na sun? Ayaw uy. Basta nanay Chloe.
Asa ka ng barili ng station there? Ako mga idol lang, joke-black mo na, oh.
Ito ano? Malapad sa langit. Ibabalik sa iyo.
Ends up where the echo slams. Oh, they're dancing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James! LeBron James!
Blackburn will be the first team in the history of the international to whitewash the grand final. In a one versus four, and ladies and gentlemen, they've done it for the fourth time. A strong swing of BJ.
Pad, Birdson, na ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo Pad.
Sun nila ba ro na sun? Ayaw uy. Basta nanay Chloe.
Asa ka ng barili ng station there? Ako mga idol lang, joke-black mo na, oh.
Ito ano? Malapad sa langit. Ibabalik sa iyo.
ends up where the echo slams. Oh, they're dancing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James! LeBron James!
Pad, Birdson. Ako'y intel. Worth ni sa og 50k pangitaan ninyo Pad.
So nila ba rin na son? Ayo uy. Basta na ni Klo.
Asa ka ng barili ng station there? Ako mga idol lang, choklak man ako.
Ito ano? Malapad sa langit. Ito balik sa iyo.
Heads up where the echoes slams. Oh, they're dancing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's
Waiting for the push, and Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost blocked by James! LeBron James!
Liquid will be the first team in the history of the international to whitewash the grand final. In a 1 versus 4, and ladies and gentlemen, they've done it for the fourth time. A strong swing of BJ.
Mayong hapon kaninyong tanan. It is 3:45 something no, around something around that time no, and right now nagsugod na ta sa dire sa ato ang draft dire karon, private versus Gemini ang ato ang match up dire. And we are about to see something else. No, feel na ko finally basing mas mahimo na yung competitive ang ato ang duwa because paganiha ang katong mga gipangtan-aw nato nga duha ka games kay puros man to stop no, and I'm hoping and I feel like it karon ha, like I feel nga this time around kay mas competitive na jud ni ang ato ang mga duwa syaro bitaw na naman sila yung mga logo ilahaw para custom made para man daw nag-share ko naman sa mga proteins no, basta maghimo gano kanang logos lay. Oy,
Shout out ko ni Private, si Daron Alcalde ug si Benjamin Samson. Thank you.
aha, shout out sa kaninyo. So, what's mayantag magano no, magtanaw mo sa stream diri unya, like maka-review sa duwa whether it's going to be a win or a loss. So, aron makabenepisyo sad mo ba, because there's nothing learned, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So, ana man jud na, di ba? Ana man jud na kinahanglan man jud ka mo mo tanaw kung asa ka na sayo before ka maka-learn. Deep. So, ana jud na no, kaya sa bati anang mga caster may mga hatag og life lessons ni mo, pero ana man jud na, sige na lang private versus Gemini ay nakakita naman ko siguro kuha ning salida. First two nga picks kay puros mga support dire. I'm not sure if I would say nga mo approve ko anang anang kalakiha, pero ana man ng mga ana man ng mga ubang team masahay no aral sila mo mo adto sa murag comfort pick nila. It's almost like reminiscent sa ato ang mga pubs no, where nearly all the time kay mag first pick og duha ka supports like sa bisan pa sa rank no, like around 4K kana mga 4.5K kay first two supports sa gihapon ay first two picks sa gihapon kay ang mga supports kasagaran, and rarely kay kay mga off lanes. Pero right now tara na to ang mga bans dili karon private kay bans silag Shaman, bans silag Meepo. I guess diligent sila ganahan nga ma-counter ang ilahang puck no. They're just making sure nga ang mga bati nga matchups kay matangtang diretso. They did let the Lion through though, pero then again Lion is one of those one of those heroes nga kung if you don't really, I mean like he's very simple in theory, like sayo na kay siyang duaon, pero like ang pag-execute and in order to win, that's an entirely different story. Like you rarely ever see kanang mga kanang mga nindot kayo nga Lion players, and kay even in the major no, like he was like top 5 most contested nga hero, and I mean top 5 most picked at the very least, and then karang more gihapon like his win rate was really bad. It felt like the only person who played him with such amazing proficiency was Kaka sa IG. So when you see those kinds of players, don't ever let them go. Pero right now, no, private, bansa sila sa Zeus, og sa Ursa, og sa PL. I mean, there's a ban I can kind of understand kay he doesn't really care about that the puck all that much kay nasi karang status resistance kahit kasi lisod kay siya I burst, especially kuha niya BKB, and it pairs up well with the Lion. Pero the PL, that's something I do not understand. I guess they're maybe trying to protect kanang ang ilahang mga cores, maybe ang ilahang draft kay dili kayo powerful when it comes to like dealing with kanang mga tawag kanang mga summons and mga illusions. Maybe dili kayo sila magkuha kanang mga daghan kay nga wave clear, so perhaps mo nang mentality para sa private karon kay PL otherwise is actually really bad against puck kay tungod lagi sa katong coil niya, like klaro kayo makitaan kung kinsay tinuod nga illusion or dili, and ang silence of course kay really good against the doppelganger. Like PL doesn't stand a chance sa puck, like early even pa nung late nga maka full item na ang kaning PL samok ra gihapon kayong puck kay this guy is eventually gonna get an Aghanims. Like even if it's an offlane position nga puck, like mo palit siya og ganang mga tawagan ka mga utility items sa sahay, pero like most of the time okay, they're still gonna be able to get an Aghanims eventually just because of how much wave clear they have. So Gemini, okay, Alchemist. So like already starting it off with the Alchemist karon sa ato ang second phase. I mean, there are some teams who play it offlane, there are some who play it position 1. Pero like in my opinion, it's just kind of a mediocre hero. Like honestly, dili kay siya makasukol sa mga traditional nga position 1s, and like sa offlane kay I guess it does pretty decent in the laning stage. Nasa like kanang harassing as well as kill potential with the acid spray as well as the concoction available labi na kay kanang follow up nga kanang tig stun or tig setup para sa stun ni Alchemist. But still man, it's just kind of mediocre. Like the game plan is just try to get levels sa lane, and then after that just farm jungle, try to depend on the the support for stacks and hope to get an Ags. And like that lineup, that kind of playstyle is pretty risky, labi na kung ma-invade ang inyong jungle or ma-lose ang inyong towers, and if like ang inyong carry, like automatically you cannot pick a greedy carry if mag-alchemist offlane mo because this alc is really kanang stack reliant. He's so stack reliant, and if mag-carry ka nga kinahanglan po og stack sa iyang kagalingon ay maglisod jud mo anak because magdungan man mo farm niya mag share man mo sa stacks, which will lead into this carry being mediocre sa pag-farm niya, and ang alchemist sad kay medyo bati sa nangyayang pag-farm kung mag-share sila sa carry. As right now, Gemini going to grab the gyrocopter. We've already seen it twice sa ato ang mga games diri sa YouTube stream. Most people have been playing at mid. And right now, I wonder if makakita na sa Tagano kanang mid nga gyrocopter once again as private kay fourth pick Spirit Breaker. So I guess Grimstroke kay mahimo ning position 4. Wait. Night Stalker's obviously position 3, right? So I guess pwede ra si tawag ni pwede ra nimo himong position 4 ang Grimstroke. You don't really see kanang like mid Grimstrokes these days, and Puck is kind of okay as a position 4. Like ang shard niya is great for dewarding and stuff, pero like God, it's this lineup. It's looking like a mid Puck here karon who doesn't really deal all that well against the gyrocopter sa pagkatinood lang. Like pwede siya mo dodge sa homing missile, which is a pretty big deal sa pagkatinood lang, but like ang iyahang kanang rocket barrage, he just melts kay gamay ra kay siya HP pool. And Gemini, well, bright sad sila ni ban sad sila diretso sa Morphling. This Morph would have been pretty decent when paired up with the Spirit Breaker. Like daghan siyang pwede ka transforman, and he can play the fast tempo labi nagwala kay pressure this sa mga lanes kikan sa Gemini. Like this Morphling would have been great against the Alk kay medyo decent ang iyahang armor, bahalag gamay kay siyang HP, so he would have been fine sa lane, would have gotten a lot of denies. Like sa yun, it would have been so easy to just deny everything in front of the Alchemist's face. Labi na mag full agi ning Morphling, just getting as many denies as possible kay mas musayon pa jud sa mo tungod sa katong minus armor. Pero Gemini, they ban it out, so that possibility is long gone. Private meanwhile kay niban sila og Storm ang Godi. So I guess pananaw nila kay ang kaning gyrocopter might be a position 1, it seems. At least that's what they're thinking. So private obviously kuwangan lang sila carry unless this is some sort of like weird nga position 1 Night Stalker shenanigans. Pina-armel sa una. Wait, pero we'll see. Wala naman sa yung pwede mo tabang niya so tanaw na to. Gemini ban sila Lifestealer. Oh yeah, come to think of it, that's actually really good against the Alchemist. Like he doesn't care about the Lion, gets some free hits on the Ogre, gets some free hits on the Alchemist, and now Weaver. Kind of mediocre nga hero sa pagkatinood lang. Like in my opinion, it's not really that good. Doesn't farm as well as most of the meta carries do, and it doesn't really lane as well as most of the meta carries do. But it is, it should be pretty decent against the Alchemist. Pwede siya makaharas diri pag-ayo. And you know what? I'm kind of concerned para sa duwa sa Weaver because nailayo ng kontra, and now Bristleback. Wait, what? Huh? Okay, naglibog na ko dali karon. What are the roles for these guys? What are the roles? Betlog on the Alchemist. So, wait, unsa man ni? Like so many of these heroes are actually just reliant on stacks. You gotta wonder kung saan nila pag-distribute sa ilahang net worth o sa ilahang farm, pero we'll see. Betlog, probably offlane Alchemist, probably mid BB. I don't know. Post 1 nga BB niya, mid nga gyro? Maybe? Feel na ko that might be the most likely diri karon as private kay they've got the Weaver, obviously mahimo ning carry Puck on the mid lane. Grimstroke Grimstroke nga post 4, Spirit Breaker nga 5. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna have to go with my gut feeling here, and in my opinion, you know what? Screw it. Private is going to take this game. I don't know. I just don't see how they can, how they can beat the, how they can beat the Puck Night Stalker. Like Daghana kayo sa disables. They've got so many area to say. They've got so many area silences. Like I'm not sure if Gyrocopter is even gonna be able to make use of his kanang rocket barrage in the mid game. Of course, things could be go pretty differently. Okay, ang kaning Puck basing mapildi siya sa lane, just like we've seen pa game 1. We'll see. We'll find out kung kinsay madaogan ni nila as we are now going to head in game karon. Una ni guys, Private versus Gemini. As we head into this. Ah, 102.96 sa Ogre, so not exactly the best win rate in the world, no? Pero gina lang, there are some cases no nga sometimes kay nindot kay kag win rate sa pubs pero like sa sa pro scene kay medyo wala na kayo, and there are some of the opposite case no nga dili kay ka nindot og win rate sa pubs niya dako kayo sa sa professional nga sa matches sa mga competitive. Pero right now, we'll see which one is it para sa Ogre Magi. As right now, nag-smoke na diri karon ang Gemini. Ganahan jud sila mo play aggressive diri no as betlog kay obviously offlane Alk going to go up against XRS on that Weaver. This guy's actually got really low armor, no? Okay, I can just see how he can be mediocre kind of in the lane. As right now, I'm predicting nga medyo mag-struggle sa siya gagmay, no? Like, goddamn, this... okay. So, mid, position 1 nga Gyrocopter, mid nga BB, who's just currently standing by here, karon. Ganahan na siya mo, Blacko Creeps, not even willing to take part in First Blood, as they're not going to find anybody, karon. If they had went like padong diri sa top, there would have been fireworks, there would have been First Blood, and I guess dili na sa sila ganahan mo mo contest as this Night Stalker. Well, of course gabi so ang duration sa iyahang slow kay taas kay tanan 2.5 seconds, in fact bahalag level 1 na, so probably one of the stronger slows na single target diri sa ato ang duwa. Hey, it used to feel like it did a lot more damage though. Wait, has it always been like this? Nga 80 rang damage niya? Oh well, regardless, he's got some pretty decent kanang base damage as well as armor. He's really tanky there's sa lane, so they might have a little bit of an issues trying to zone him out. Total dili man yan teammate ang nasa top, but instead it's a Gyrocopter who does deal a lot of magic damage, pero you gotta get close, and this Spirit Breaker might just punish you for trying to get in range para sa imohang first skill. As bottom lane, murag nasayop ko sa ako ang predictions da, as this Grimstroke actually gonna be played as the position 5 karon. So 2 ranged heroes and 2 melees diha sa top lane. As right now, 2 extremely beefy supports just trading hits dire karon. Oh, bash. Wapay bash. Oh, it's nice stun. Going to cancel the hit dire karon gikan kang Snow, pero like he hasn't even used any spells just yet, and still this Ogre Magi falling pretty low. Snow though will have the disadvantage when it comes to regen, because of course he's up against an Ogre Magi who's got 7 base. Like what the heck is this? Pero karon mid lane this Bristleback having a pretty easy time right now, as he just doesn't care that much against the Puck. No, like we've seen the Mars having a pretty dominant matchup against a Puck in the mid lane sa sa katong pag Singapore Major. I believe it was katong Vici versus Vici versus IG. where Imo got absolutely smashed. Duhara ang iyahang last hits by the time 2 minutes came around sa iyahang puck. I mean, this isn't that desperate of a situation, but man, XCIV is certainly having a very good time there karon sa mid. 14-2 kontra sa 9-0 ni Puck. As right now, top lane, ayay. Oops, no with the pass. Yabron kay already level 3 pero wala na si Mana dire karon. Night Stalker though kay wala na kay si pang regen and he doesn't have a courier even. No salves on the Spirit Breaker either, so dili na sa sila makatabang as they will maybe try to go for a stack. Yeah, indeed they will. Pero you gotta wonder, no, is anybody going to even clear those like ancient stacks? Like I would have thought nga mo stack lang sila sa may kanang murag hard camp gali dapita to try and give farm to this Puck nga medyo nag-struggle. Okay, maybe not anymore since naka-recover na siya in terms of like last hits and stuff, but XCIV is certainly on the lead here, 18-2 kontra sa 15-2. So you'd think nga like most of these supports would rather enable their kanang mid in the very early game. Like that's the entire reason nga mo rotate sila, no? Pero we'll see kung unsa pay buhaton nila lain. As right now, si Ebron kay already has the mango as well as the magic wand, so ganahan siya ganahan siya nga makasurvive siya through any spam, through any ganks. As right now, stack lang sa sila. 4 minutes, padong na. As both position 4s rotating to each lane. DD gonna spawn here. Snow, wala pa siya charge. So, XCIV going to grab that DD. I actually thought nga maharas nila pagayon ng Weaver there sa bottom lane, no? Pero so far, he's actually having a really good time here. 22-5 as right now. Ayay. Okay, just throwing a little bit of harass here onto Betlog nga ni Kuha og duha ka points sa Grivel's Greed. Like, you know what? Like actually, the last time nga nakakita ko kanang Alchemist and it was kind of successful, I think it was in the hands of Old 11 man siguro to nga ni Kuha og kanang 0 points sa iyahang third skill niya ni Max ra siya acid spray, and the moment nga nakahibaw siya nga naa na stacks sa ilaha kinikuha siya og Grievils after. Like I'd thought nga he would take the more aggressive route, but not right now. Okay, now hala nigamit niya si stun pero gabi na Diana nigawas na si Batman dire karon. He's got the slows available though, 377 movement speed, pero ang stun gikan kang Ebron just going to zone the Night Stalker out for a bit. Level 4 pa siya, so not really gonna do that much damage here as Betlog going to die in the bottom lane. Gidive ra siya sa Weaver dire karon. They were poking and prodding him the entire time. And now, it's going to pay off para nila as they get first blood on that Weaver of all heroes. So he's gonna have a pretty decent time against the Gyrocopter. Like, ninot man sa dining, Weaver against the Gyro. Kaya pwede na siya mo time-lapse against most of the damage kikan sa Gyro. It's right now, bottom kay padayon naghihapon siya sa iyang pag-farm dire.